What's going on, everybody on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a very special guest. He made his first appearance on the channel on one of the Real Talk podcasts. A very good friend of mine. He's killing the game. And he's the coolest baby on YouTube. Would you like to introduce yourself, Ed?
Dude, I'm realizing that I played myself with that name, dude. Low key. But listen, man, I'm glad to be on the channel. Thank you so much for having me, dude.
Of course, dude. It's a pleasure having you here. And guys, we did record another video. Very like a part 1, part 2, but we did do a video on Mrbaby's channel, and I will plug that in the description as well. And definitely check out his channel. Great content. And that video is actually talking about Dragon Ball Hero stuff that could potentially come to Dokkan, and it's a pretty interesting one. So definitely go over there and check it out. And then in my video, yeah, of course. And then this video, what we wanted to do was talk about 6-year anniversary units, because we are kind of approaching that. You know, the 6-year anniversary right now typically is at the end of January. We're already not kind of halfway
3
through.
Months, like 3 months away.
We're gonna start finding out what it is pretty soon. So I definitely want to get a secondhand opinion on what's going to be coming. So the first thing I want to ask you, who do you think is coming
for the 6 year? Okay.
Yeah.
So I think there's 2 very strong possibilities. Now, GT is what's great. Like GT, I think 6 year will be centered around. Just because, you know, these last year was fusions, the year before that was GT, before that was fusions, and before that was GT. So, you know, Dokkan has been following this kind of pattern, right? So, you know, I think GT is a possible, you know, way to go, but you can't ignore the recent hints of all these tournament power units. So I wouldn't be surprised if we were to see like LRMUI Goku and, you know, Evolution Blue Vegeta, or I don't know about another form of Jiren, but those are kind of like my guesses right now.
Okay, very cool. So what I have pulled up on my screen is Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Like you mentioned, I do think it's going to be GT themed. Now, this is the thing that I'm wondering what Dokkan's going to do, because 5th year they did a combination, right? They went ahead and did like the Trunks arc and the Broly movie, right? That was kind of like the themes of it. So I'm wondering, are they going to do that for GT in the sense that they're going to do Shadow Dragons? Because obviously we do need another Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Omega Shenron, which I have both of them pulled up here. And obviously with these 2 units come a part 2 banner. So I'm wondering, are they just going to do strictly GT like they did in the 4th year? Or are they going to surprise us and do like Shadow Dragon Saga and something else? Which I was mentioning to you earlier, what I think that something else could possibly be. And I actually think, right, this is going to sound crazy, they could do Shadow Dragons with Gogeta, and they could do the Janemba movie. And the reason why, it's because you could drop 2 different Gogetas in this celebration. Because obviously we need a new Super Saiyan Gogeta. And how much would that sell? If they were like, okay, guys, we're going to do, you know, the Transforming Super Saiyan 4s, because there'll probably be a Transforming Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta card that goes into Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Then you have the Zen Shenron, I think that's what it is.
Shenron, yeah.
That goes into Omega. And then they do a part 2 banner where it's a standalone Super Saiyan Gogeta and Janemba. Like... That could be so much money. Does it really go together? Not necessarily. But the the Broly movie in the future Trunks arc, that was kind of all over the place too. And I'm mentioning this movie in particular because, you know, obviously the Gogetas going together would be insane, and I don't think anybody would complain.
Too many Vegetos recently, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. It was just an idea that came to my mind, because seeing how the 5th year worked, it was like they grabbed a big arc, and then with that big arc they grabbed a movie. So they could potentially do that for 6 year. And the one movie that I thought of was like, well, they could finally bring a Super Gogeta and give Janemba an LR, right? But they could do it like how they did in the 4th year and do, you know, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Omega Shenron, and then just probably do maybe like a Shadow Dragon Saga LR. I think that would be kind of cool. What do you think about that? Like a Shadow Dragon Saga with LR with all the dragons.
So when it comes to Shadow Dragons, I think that's actually a really good opportunity for a free to play team. So you know how we have Team
Yep.
Bardock, right?
Yep.
And we have Team what's the other one? Ginyu Force, right?
Yep.
So what if we were able to, let's say, grind up, right? Oceanus, Rage, Nova, Ice Shenron. I forgot the other. Like, there's like Haze Shenron. Oh, a bunch of different, all the Shenrons, right?
Yep. Yep.
And then free to play, right? And you have to have every single one of them rainbowed, or maxed out, whatever. And then we received an LR of all the Shadow Dragons, right? They can be all together, or it can be Sin Shenron, or maybe it can be Omega, something that doesn't clash with the Omega that's coming up for the anniversary, so you can run them together.
I like
Something
that.
along
I
those
like
lines,
that.
right? And then maybe even give those units EZAs. Give the LR free to play LR EZAs, right? Because we haven't really seen EZAs for those free to play types of units. But for like a part, let's say it was Omega, right, and Gogeta. For part 2, I mean, I can't help but think, like, what if we had like so it's like at the end of GT, right? So what if we had like that Goku, like adult Goku, and like maybe like an Oob, right? Or Goku riding off on Shenron, right?
We do have a card of that Goku, that Easy 8 one, but yeah, they could definitely do that.
It's just because I don't know what they would release unless, and that's why I really like your idea with the Gogeta and Janemba, because that was something I didn't even think about.
It's they pop in that movie and the celebration.
Yeah, so it helps the part 2, because I don't know what else you would do after the Gogeta and Janemba fight, right? So Gogeta, I think, and okay, no, not Janemba. I meant Omega and Gogeta fight. So I don't necessarily, unless they travel back in time and make like I don't even know what they would do, to be honest. Maybe a Goku that's a legendary summon bender, right? I have no idea. So yeah, I really like your idea.
I know, right? Not talking about just my idea in that sense. It's like, it's what can they actually do, because like you mentioned, you're at the end, right? Like, this is the hypest moment, right? It's not like with the worldwide celebration where they did, Vegito, Buhan, and then the Vegeta. Like, nothing really happened that was cool in the Shadow Dragon saga besides that Goku moment than any of the other characters. I mean, are they gonna make an LR Pan? Nobody wants that. An LR Super Saiyan Trunks? If they want to
go backwards though, they could
do
during the 300 million down celebration. Sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
They had the LR Gohan and LR Cell, but then the part 2 LR was the LR Androids, right?
Yep.
16, 17, and 18, which were way before Gohan and Cell, right? So I can see them moving a little bit beforehand, but again, since it was basically Goku, Vegeta, I mean, we could maybe see another full power super. I don't know, man. I think
no,
the idea
you brought up
combining it with a movie is actually a really good point.
No, but you brought up a very good point too by going back in time, because guess what? That Super 17 arc doesn't have much. And remember how many cool things happened in that arc. So it's like they could do a card with, Dr. Gero, and I forgot the other guy's name, the other android that helped him get the 17's fuse. They could do a double card with that.
Myra, Dr. Myra.
I forgot. It's been so long since I've seen that scene, but you know what I'm talking about. Like when they both work together to bring back 17. Yeah. That could be an LR. They could do an LR of Frieza and Cell from Hell. That was a really cool fight scene that they could make that an LR card.
I agree.
Let me think, because there was so many cool moments, but again, GT just had a huge issue of just giving all the cool shit to Goku. And I think that was like the issue.
And that's why I think,
adding a movie,
it would be a struggle to it'd be a struggle to make something for part 2. Now, what I was gonna say, that with the 5-year, the comparison there was that both were super related. They were both Dragon Ball Super. The movie was Dragon Ball Super, and the anime was Dragon Ball Super. Now, the crossover here is going to be a GT, which is not canon, right? I guess the similarities could be both, just not canon. Like, GT is not canon, and the Janemba, the Fusion Reborn, is not canon. Maybe the similarity is Gogeta, but since Fusion Reborn has nothing to do with GT, I think that's actually a really, like, dude, I think I'm thinking about it right now, and I think that's an amazing idea. 100%.
Yeah, I feel like when I was thinking about that, I was like, man, they really could do that if they wanted to. And then, moving on from that just for a second, you mentioned a very good pairing earlier, which was actually another pairing that I thought of as well, which was a Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku and an Evolution Blue Vegeta. I think that could definitely be part of that as well, right? Seeing if they're going to go that route, I don't know. I kind of want them to do GT, right? Since GT doesn't really have a whole lot of category support anyways. I mean, it's not even a category in the game yet. But looking at all the characters that could be in it, it's not great. So, making more GT cards would be the best. But making a part 2 for GT stuff is going to be pretty rough in that sense. Because I already see them doing, like, they could do a dual Dokkan Fest of, Goku transforming into Super Saiyan 4. And then, like, a Super 17 transformation card. Or a Goku versus
I think
Baby.
Part 2 would have to focus on a completely
completely
saga.
Yeah,
right?
there's so many different dual Dokkan Fests that they could do right now, but the issue is the fact that they can't use those right now. Like, they can't use transforming Goku right now. They can't do all that at this present moment because, again, when you do 2 big time, Dokkan Fest exclusive, nobody's going to want to summon nobody's going to have the money, to spend to get a Goku transforms into a Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Like, let's be honest. No one's going to have that money for that.
Yeah. Yeah, especially with how hype the other banners could be.
Yeah. But I do think, I do think, and we did talk a little bit about the leader skill. So, to jump back into, like, the part 1 stuff, I'm pretty 100% certain it's going to be a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Omega Shenron. There's no reason why it shouldn't be. And if they chose not to do that, I would be kind of like, why? Because Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta really needs a better card. And Omega Shenron as well. So it's just kind of like...
How would they do Gogeta, though? Because Gogeta... I think it would have to be similar to the third year, have to be a Goku and Vegeta, both in Super Saiyan.
Oh, yeah. That's what they have to do that.
Right?
They have
then
to.
you can't run him. You can't run him with the other Gogeta. The Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, which would be a bummer. Now, what category do you think he would lead?
So, for Gogeta, right, I think it would make sense to introduce a Super Saiyan 4 category.
Let's go, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
It would make sense for them to drop that and and make him the leader for GT. I think that would be pretty cool. Give him those two.
Like a whole just general GT lead.
Yeah, make him that, or give it to Omega Shenron, and then maybe give Gogeta like Pure Saiyans and Super Saiyan 4. Which I mean,
oh, that's gonna be so good.
Yeah, like something silly like that. Like they have to think about. But I think making him, if they make him fusion, I'm gonna be upset. I'm just saying it right now. If he's a fusion category lead, I'm gonna be like, come on, what a waste. 100%. But yeah, Super Saiyan 4 and GT would work, and then for Omega Shenron. Probably keep him as Shadow Dragon Saga, but give him like a 4-key 170% across the board because the other Omega, and then maybe like let me look at his other categories. Make him
I think he can be GT too, though. I think
for sure. 100% agree he could, but what I think would be pretty cool as well, it's like they could give him either GT or Shadow Dragon Saga. And make him the 170% lead for Inhuman Deeds because he's on Inhuman Deeds and we don't have a 170% lead yet.
I think honestly. Wait, dude, I just realized something. Actually, hold up. So let's say Gogeta released a Super Saiyan 4 category, right?
Yeah.
We don't have enough Super Saiyan 4s to make a team. We have the OG Gogeta, then this new Gogeta, then Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta. That's 4. And then we have the full power Goku. So that's 5. So what if, right? And so again, this is again pure speculation. Nothing's confirmed, obviously. But something that I've been really wanting, like really badly, is a kid, not a kid, but small GT Super Saiyan 3 Goku, active skill, golden grade 8. Well, actually no, it would be Super Saiyan 3 Goku who deactivates the base form, and the whole scene happens. That was actually against Baby, right? But I mean, it doesn't matter because it's focusing on other sagas anyway. So, he transforms from Super Saiyan 3, similar to the free-to-play unit we just got. Then goes Golden Grade 8, right? And maybe he nullifies all damage for 2-3 turns, and then boom into Super Saiyan 4.
Yeah.
So since that's a different unit altogether, because if they're going to release a category, they need to make sure you can run the category, right? You can't release Super Saiyan 4 and there's a unit or two missing. So I think that's a really good opportunity to make a unit who transforms into, or make it a Vegeta, right? And the animation could be Bulma helping him go Super Saiyan 4.
Yeah, that would be sick. That would be sick.
That'd be sick, right? So, and he would be on the Super Saiyan 4 category. So making options like that, and then that's where, and just a sidetrack for a quick second, that's where heroes would come in, right, with all the Super Saiyan 4s and stuff like that. But yeah,
this would be a pretty good starting point for that. Nah, dude, that's an awesome idea, because remember, banner units do have to come. So, like you mentioned, imagine they do a banner unit with a Vegeta that transforms into Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta through like the Grade 8 transformation. That would be like the most nuttiest banner unit. But of course, I don't think Dokkan would do that, just because I think they would want to capitalize on that. But they could, and I don't see any reason why they shouldn't, because the game is so crazy right now in terms of cards. Nothing should be held back. Just because it's a banner unit, it doesn't matter. Like, dude, it doesn't matter anymore. Like, Dokkan should just release the hounds and go crazy already, because it's a PvE game. Like, stop holding things back and just go crazy. Start giving us everything.
No one cares, dude. No one cares if they release a bad category and makes it Key 5. I mean, again, Key 5 is ridiculous as of right now, but we might see it by next year. But Key 5, 150% to all stats, or Key 3, 200% to all stats. I think with like the category, okay, special pose, right? Special pose is a category that no one runs. It comes with intelligence go tanks, right?
Yeah.
No one cares about special pose. If you're going to release a category like that, I think his lead is Key 4, 170% to all stats, which is actually really solid. But make it Key 4, 200% to all stats. Make these other categories. Why not, dude? Why not introduce even a bigger power creep and go Super Saiyan 4 category, Key 3, 200% to all stats? Again, the team is going to be absolutely crazy, but Dokkan is going to keep evolving and keep getting more difficult with new modes and stuff like that. So the better cards are, the more content the game will have to be to kind of, balance that, right? And that's just more fun for everyone, right? Again, like you said, it's a PvE game. No one cares, right? Just, I want to have fun. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Just make it fun, make it cool, make it exciting. But I think we went over basically all the units that I potentially could go. So just kind of like recap that. So transforming Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Omega Shenron, they could do, the Super Saiyan Gogeta and Janemba, and then they could also do, the Ultra Instinct Goku and Evolution Vegeta, and of course, Dokkan could always throw a curveball and just bring back Vegito.
Yes. Yeah. No. Actually, wait. I said yes, but no. No. No more Vegitos.
Yeah,
I said yes for a second because no. I do not need another Vegito.
Me neither. I'm done. I don't need it.
Years.
Yeah, I don't need any more. I'm Vegitoed out. I'm done. I have all of them. I'm done. I'm good.
Yes,
Stop releasing them.
I do not need another Vegito for at least 2 years. Okay, 2 years. Okay, sure, we can get another Vegito, but right now, dude's been Vegito after Vegito after Vegito, and I'm not really about that. But I do have another theory. Okay.
Yeah.
And this isn't necessarily for a part 1, but of a part 2, right? So let's say this was a Tournament of Power, right? Feature centered. So we had LRUI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta, right? For part 2, what if we got a LR God of Destruction Topo? Because you can't deny that was an amazing unit. I mean, amazing moment in the what's it called, in the anime when Vegeta was fighting him.
That would be sick.
And then the other LR would be, Savior of the Universe, MVP 17. Imagine his art, dude. And right now in the game, he gives all allies, I think, 60% defense. And I'm telling you right now, if an MVP 17 comes out and he buffs the crap out of not Tournament Power, Reps of Universe 7, or maybe even Tournament Power, I think they can make him that. You know how the Broly, Cheetah, and Lemon unit were kind of like gimmicky in a way? They're not necessarily like extremely strong, but they're very interesting and very unique how they work. I think 17 can be that type of unit where, he does buff everyone attacking defense maybe 30%, but if you collect a certain amount of orbs, you do this, certain amount of orbs, you do that. But overall, he's just a really good unit. I think those two units paired up in a legendary summon banner would be absolutely amazing. And then again, having God of Destruction Topo just transform into that God of Destruction, mode, and him just disintegrating everything. Him linked up with Jiren, like, dude, I'm telling you, that's gonna be. I think that's a very possible part two.
That is yeah, no.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%, and that could even make sense because it's the end of two different saga, two different. The ending of GT and ending of the tournament, of Dragon Ball Super. That could work. That could honestly work.
I was saying if part one was MUI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta, I don't know if they would.
Oh, so just going full tournament of power.
Yeah. I was saying because again, I don't think they would do. I mean, they could. Again, this is Dokkan.
Dokkan's crazy.
But I don't know if they would cross. They would go from GT and then straight into Super.
True.
You see what I'm saying? And if they're going to release a Super unit, if they're going to go into Dragon Ball Super, they're not going to release Evolution Blue. Not Evolution Blue Vegeta. They're not going to release MVP 17 and God of Destruction Topo, and that's it, right? There has to be, and there's no way the next huge tournament power celebration does not include Evolution Blue Vegeta or maybe LR MUI Goku, right? So I don't see them necessarily crossing them together, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, anything could happen. Honestly, anything could happen. But yeah, I agree with that. No, sorry about that. No, 100%. It could either be full tournament of power, GT mixed with a movie, or I think those are the two biggest options right now. Which either or could go, like you just mentioned. Like they could really go full tournament of power, but obviously I would like GT more. But yeah, man. I
don't think there's anything else that they could necessarily do for that. I don't. Yeah,
exactly. And there has to be a 7th year anniversary as well, so they kind of have to choose what they do.
But do you think they'd really release fusions for 7 year?
Maybe
again.
They could.
And you would have to say by that time an LR MUI Goku would be out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, 7th anniversary is far. We don't have to speculate about
That's another one. But
yeah.
Nah, you're good, man. You're good. So I mean, I think we've covered everything so far. What do you? And I think we're pretty good at close up shop here. Do you have anything else you'd like to say?
I mean, in terms of what the video is about, not necessarily. I think we covered touch base on pretty much everything that we think is going to be on the banner. But I do want to say thank you so much for having me on the channel, man. I really appreciate it. This is the second time that I'm on your channel, so we got to even out the score, right?
Yeah.
You gotta come on my channel at least one more time.
Dude, trust me. We're going to be doing these a lot. Don't worry.
I really enjoy these, man. Thank you so much.
Of course, brother. No, and thank you so much for coming on and hanging out with me. And guys, definitely still check out Mrbaby's channel. Check out the video that we currently just did. And get to recognizing that voice because he will be back. So you guys all take care. Thank you guys so much for the support from both of our hearts. It means the absolute world. And we will see you guys in the next one.